Hello, it's Stephen. We are in my BeLive Studio and I'm going to schedule the broadcast for tomorrow. As I say, I scheduled 24 hours ahead. So let's go to Set Destination and select Facebook. Okay, now this is going to be a scheduled broadcast. So there's the scheduled, and I need to pick the time. Okay, so it's going to be on the 19th. And it's going to be at 3 p.m. my time. Now the time that I'm putting in here is my time. Anybody looking at this will see it as a post on Facebook with the correct time in their time zone. So always put your own time zone for the time that you're actually going to go live. Next thing is where. Now I'm going to go live, and I can just type in the first few letters. I'm going to go live on BeLive in 5, which is the page, and then we need a picture. Now all my pictures stored on my local hard drive, and I can go to my hard drive, I can go to BeLive in 5 and BeLive on YouTube, and I can pick up the graphic that I actually used as a show card, and that's brought in to this broadcast. So the image will load, and after a second or two we shall see it. Now I'm using SmartTask to store all my descriptions and show titles. There's my show title, so I'm going to copy that, come back into the studio and go down to stream title, and it's episode 4, and the text is the same each week. So I go back to SmartTask, copy the text, hosted by Nick Wood and Stephen Healey, and come over to the stream description and paste the text in there. Okay, so I'm just going Control C and Control V, and that basically brings the text in from where I'm storing it into here. And it's as well to actually store the text and have the similar text every time so that people can actually identify with it. You can refine it as you go along, but try and keep it simple and straightforward. So let's just scroll back up a bit, and I've got the destination as Facebook. I've got a scheduled time. I check the time. It's going to my BeLive in 5 page. I've got the graphic to go with the show. I've got the title of the show, change the episode number, then I've got the text. Now if you're just going to Facebook, that's it, but there is no reason at all why you shouldn't broadcast to YouTube too. If you've got a YouTube channel, just press plus, click on YouTube. That's it. That's how easy it is to add YouTube, because everything else you've already entered. Everything that you entered against the Facebook schedule broadcast is going to be on the BeLive to YouTube broadcast, and there's nothing to do. I mean, it's public by default. If you want to go unlisted, you go unlisted, but it's because you're public on Facebook, you may as well be public on YouTube as well, unless you want to do some changes to it, in which case you go unlisted. Okay, so that's created the information pulled together, and I can now press save, and this will now, after a second or two, create a scheduled broadcast on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. They've both got the same scheduled time, which is 3 o'clock on Monday, and they've got the same show card, and they've got the same description, the same title. Everything is common, and it's just told me that broadcasts will start. That's the confirmation that everything is okay. Now that's the broadcast scheduled. If that's all you do, then it's a bit potluck as to whether actually people will find you or not. So there are other things that you can do to actually increase the reach. Now the reach is the important thing on Facebook. Facebook determines how many people will see your post. Now I've got 5,000 contacts on Facebook. If my 5,000 contacts saw every one of my broadcasts, then that would be magic, but they don't. I've got to do some work before I go live to actually attract an audience. Okay, so let's go over to the BeLive in 5 page, and I'm just going to refresh that page, and then once the page is refreshed, and I've got a situation where Angelica's on the internet, so but we'll go down, and there is the scheduled post with Nick. Okay, 1 minute ago. That's it. If I click on the publish time, which is there, it goes to its own page. Okay, there it is. So it's got the graphic, it's got the text I entered, it's got the episode number, everything. Now, bottom right hand corner, this is where you actually start doing things. Okay, this post has been created when BeLive told Facebook that you're going live, and I'm going live tomorrow at 3 p.m. But if I press broadcaster only, edit my details, then I'm in Creator Studio with that particular broadcast, and it's got the details in there. And the first thing I can do, as I explained in the blog which accompanies this video, or whichever way around it is, I can cross post to more pages. So I'm going to cross post to more pages. Now, I've got a number of pages I can cross post to, but I only pick the ones that are relevant to this broadcast. Before all this happened, I reached agreements with all these pages and said, if I can post on your page, you can post on mine. So it's not German, so it's not Ask Angelica, but we could go live. I've probably missed one. Blabbing for Britain, another of my pages, so I'm going to go live on there because we have an audience there. I'm going to go live on I Live Here because we have an audience there as well. Then we've got two of my main pages, which are Stephen Live and Stephen on Video. And then I've got an arrangement with David Burrows, and I can go live on the talk show. Okay, and also on the United World Radio page, which Fonz and I own. So I've ticked the ones that I know are going to have some viewership, and what we're talking about here is increasing reach. You've got reach on your own page, but these pages have reach as well, and you're reaching out to a new audience, you're increasing your audience. And as soon as I press save here, posts will be created on the pages that I selected. Now, when you go live on your page, you'll also go live on the cross-posted pages. And that's how that works. So let's go back to BeLive videos for a moment. And the point is that it's not a video yet, it's just a post. And I've just got a notification that Blabbing for Britain is going to go live, and that's the cross post. So let's open that in a new tab, possibly. So click on there and click on Blabbing for Britain, open link in new tab. So this is what's happened, is that on the Blabbing for Britain page, has now got exactly the same details as I've got on my BeLive in 5 page, and it's ready to go live at the same time tomorrow. And that's happened on all the 6 pages I cross posted to. Coming back to BeLive in 5, I want to go home. I don't need those on there yet, so I'm going to remove those, hopefully, and scroll down the page. And again, here's the post with Nick. You'll find it if you go home and you scroll down your page, you'll find the post straight, well, not straight away, but you will find it. So it's now 5 minutes since I actually did this. But what you can do now is, first of all, I know that Nick will share this. If you've got a co-host or a guest, make sure that they share the video. Now, I normally share, and to share is simple and straightforward. I switch to myself. Okay, so that's me, and I can now copy the text Okay, you see what I'm doing here? I'm copying the text and I'm actually going to share, and I'm going to share to the newsfeed, and I'm going to put text with it so that people have a description. Okay, and return after each line so that people can actually read it, and then post. Okay, so let's take that a stage further, and if I go to my page, my personal profile, that broadcast is now on my personal profile and I'm getting notification of it. Now again, sharing is a way of increasing your reach. Cross-posting, I think, is slightly better than sharing because it is an original broadcast. This is a shared post, and Facebook doesn't seem to treat shared posts the same as original posts. Back to me. This is all about increasing your reach whilst you're live. And you can share to your own profile. I generally do that on the day. You can cross post. The other thing you can do is create watch parties. But you can only create watch parties now for the recordings. You can't create a watch party for a future recording. Let's just check that out. Let's go over to my profile, and if I click the three dots at the top, if I click share, I don't have the ability to actually start a watch party with this, because this is not, since Facebook changed things, this is not a video post. This is the first of two posts. The video post doesn't arrive until you go live. So if you want to set up watch parties, you cannot do it until you actually go live on Facebook. Yeah, it's not possible. They've changed it. I know Owen and Anna were discussing it last Monday. It is something that we've lost. Watch parties cannot, well, until I update this video, I take it that watch parties cannot be created before you go live. They can be created when you go live, as soon as you're live. They can be created for the recording. Okay, now let's just go over here and go to my streams. Every time you schedule a broadcast, it appears in my streams. And you can see that for Facebook, it doesn't have the video post, which it used to have. And that's because it doesn't exist. The Facebook video post doesn't exist until you go live. So you can cross post and you can share, but you can't start watch parties. I'm just emphasizing this. But you can on YouTube, if you're going to YouTube as well. The video, this is the actual post where the video is going to go live. Nothing's changed on YouTube. You can take this post and you can promote it. Okay, so again, it's taken the show card. It's got all the details that we had in BeLive, and they've all come across. And the text is there and everything. Now you can promote this. There is no reason why people shouldn't watch you on YouTube, but you've got to tell them that you're there. The URL at the top is all you need to actually promote your YouTube broadcast. And in your studio, when you go live on Facebook and YouTube, you will see the comments from both down the right hand side of the screen. You can display comments from Facebook and from YouTube on your screen whilst you're live. There's no problem with that. We should be going live on YouTube. It's where there is an audience. It's the second largest search engine in the world in its own right. Google, who own YouTube, are the world's largest search engine. If you want to be found, then now is the time to go live on YouTube. And if I go to YouTube again, okay, to the YouTube page, you can at this stage edit the video. And I'm just going to show you this, hopefully, what you can do, because you can actually at this stage do some additional things to the YouTube Studio video. I'm going to wait while that cooks. you can do additional things to the YouTube Studio video so that it can be found before you go live. You can share the link, and you can share a link anywhere you like. You can share it on Twitter, you can share it on Instagram, you can share it on Pinterest. Everywhere where you have a social presence, and people will see your post and think, I can help, I'd like to watch that. That's what you're doing at the moment, is you're scheduling. You want people to sort of set aside time to come and watch you. So over to the video and the video details, which are now on screen. And I can, at this stage, add SEO tags. I'm just going to do that so you know. Slide down, and there's the space for tags. Now, I use a program called TubeBuddy, which is relatively inexpensive, and it means that I can import my tags into this scheduled broadcast. Okay, and it's going to copy those tags into the scheduled broadcast. As we're sat here, all the tags will be copied across. It's quicker than typing, and it's checking the tags as it does, and you can see that they're all in relation to BeLive, because this broadcast is about BeLive. The broadcast tomorrow, which is at 10 AM Eastern on Mondays, is about BeLive on YouTube. We actually play, Nick and I, 4 videos from BeLivers who broadcast to YouTube. We play 4 snippets for 5 minutes each, so people get a taste of the broadcast, and that means that we can then put the links to the full broadcast afterwards. We're grateful to 35 members of BeLivers who actually given us permission to show their videos in our live show. And we now, as you just saw when I set this up, we're now in episode 4, and we're good to go. So we'll start promoting this show now that we've actually worked out the best way to do it. So I'm going through, and the SEO score is going up. This thing in the green, you can see it on the right hand side. 44.3 is 46.2 is the final SEO score. So this rates well, and anybody searching for any of those tags will actually find that this video is due to go live tomorrow. Yeah, that's the importance of putting the tags in before you go live, because people can find you. The other thing you can do is you can actually add it to 2 playlists, and I'm going to select 2 playlists for it to go to, and I'm going to put it's going to go in BeLive on YouTube and BeLive on YouTube. I seem to have 2 of those. Zap that, and it's also going to go into BeLive Studio 2. So that's going to appear in 3 playlists. Now if everybody looks at the playlist, they'll see there's an upcoming show they can actually watch, and again they may press the button. Okay, so back to me. That's it. That's how easy it is to schedule to Facebook and to YouTube. What you can do once you've done that is you can promote it, you can write a blog about it. If we go back to YouTube for a moment, and I'm going to go to, let's close that now, and I'm going to go back to BeLive My Broadcast, which is where we found it. And again, all of this you can do before you go live, and this is where YouTube actually scores over Facebook, because this is something that is now difficult to do on Facebook, because we're not getting the video post until you actually go live. It's very difficult to actually embed it anywhere because there's nothing to embed. So if you stay on YouTube, and here's the video, if you click the share button on this scheduled video, you can get, after a second or 2, this will come through, I do assure you, you can get the embed code, and you can use the embed code on your blog. Okay, I hope you found this useful. If you've got any questions about it, I will be revisiting the topic from time to time so that we're kept up to date, especially in the light of Facebook scheduling, which is it's in a state of flux at the moment, it keeps changing. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon in my next video. Bye. It's Stephen from BeLive saying goodbye from now.